It is a brand new year, and I can think of no better way to spend these first few days than breaking in my brand new journal. And of course, inviting you to journal with me. So, welcome back, Abiding Fam, for another year of journaling together. Or hello if you are new, I'm so glad you're here. My name is Kelsey Lee, and today we are going to create my 2023 goals spread together. Here is a little sneak peek of what we'll be creating, but you'll have to stay tuned until the end to see the final result and, of course, the process. You might be able to tell that there's a bit of a theme to this spread, and it is because I was inspired by the journal prompt Starry from Junk Journal January. If you are not familiar with Junk Journal January, it is a super fun event in the journaling community, and you can choose to participate as much as you want by using the different journal prompts that were created by Meg Journals. She is the one who hosts this event, and she's partnering with Get Messy Art, as well as 30 other creators, including me, hi, and we are all creating videos, one per day, so that you can be inspired to get into your own journal from many different creators with all different styles. And the best part is you can also inspire each other by sharing what you are creating using the hashtag JunkJournalJanuary. So if you want to learn more, definitely check out Meg Journals over on Instagram and here on YouTube, as well as her website, megjournals.com, so that you can sign up for her newsletter for more inspiration and encouragement. With all that said, let's get to the journaling. Caragini here is definitely ready to go, so we are going to jump right into it. And you might have been able to tell from those opening photos that we are playing with color in our background, and I used these Ken Oliver Crafts color bursts, what I like to call magic powders, because it looks very boring right now, I understand. Just little powders on a page. But just you wait, because when you add water to these little powders, literal magic happens on the page. So I use a mini mister and just start spritzing the page, and you can see that the pigment reacts to the water and creates the coolest background effects. And I thought that this would work really well for a starry night sky. And I put a little bit of green at the bottom because I also wanted to bring in the look of some trees at the bottom, as you're gonna see. And you can tell I'm adding a lot of water. So I really saturated this paper and really tried to push it to its limits, because this is actually the first entry that I am creating in my new Dingbats journal, which is 160 GSM, which basically means in journal speak, it's very thick paper. And I wanted to see just how far it would go, and it did not bleed through. Do you see how wet this paper is, friends? It did not bleed through. I was absolutely gobsmacked. I don't think I've ever used that word, but I was gobsmacked. I could not believe that it did not bleed through this paper. So, color me impressed. And one thing is for sure, creating this entry just has me all the more excited to keep creating in this journal throughout the year. Next, I really wanted to create the look of tree silhouettes at the bottom of the page. I tried doing a little bit of rubbing through just with my finger with the green ink that was left over, but decided to get out a baby wipe and my VersaFine ink in black and use that over this tree stencil from Tim Holtz, I believe. And basically, this is a stencil that works in reverse, so whatever you are putting the ink is going to leave the impression where the ink is not put of the trees. So I love how this looks, Definitely try using an ink and baby wipe to add color to your page with a stencil, especially over a watercolor background. I think you will be amazed by what you can create. And you know you did it right when your fingers look like this at the end. So that was all of the messy journaling. So I was able to take away my little background and go back to my desk. And now we get to add all of the fun bits like the ephemera and stickers. So I wanted to use a tag to write my goals on, and then just bring in some fun other embellishments like these really beautiful floral stickers. These are ones that I believe I got from Obujo.com. They are one of my favorite websites for journaling supplies, and I have a link and discount code in the description if you're interested in getting some New Year supplies for yourself. This sticker is also from Obujo, and it features the most perfect quote for the new year. It reads, "We all have our own life to pursue, our own kind of dream to be weaving, and we all have the power to make wishes come true as long as we keep believing." And that is by one of my all-time favorite authors, Louisa May Alcott. One of my favorite things about junk journaling is that it encourages you to use recycled materials as much as possible. So for this page, I did try to bring in some craft paper that actually is recycled from my wrapping paper from Christmas. I made everybody give me back the wrapping when they were done unwrapping their presents so that I could use it in my journaling. And you can see I gave it a little bit of a distressed look by using some ink left over on my baby wipe, as well as giving it a nice wrinkle just by squishing it up in my hands. So you can definitely play in your journal. In fact, I encourage it. And using these types of materials, it doesn't always have to be brand new stickers and journaling cards. You can also have a lot of fun just with materials you would find around the house. Whenever I'm creating a journal entry like this, I typically don't have a preconceived notion of what it's going to look like, which means it evolves over time, and sometimes that means that things change as I see how the page progresses. In this case, I had put down that gold washi tape, but as the page has progressed, I decided that that wasn't actually right for this entry. Instead, I was inspired by the colors on this entry to bring in more rose gold elements, starting with these stickers from the Sophisticated Florals pack from the Happy Planner. I love how this sticker looks saying "let go and grow," and it is a perfect message for this entry. And here is the sticker that really inspired this entry. Beyond the Starry theme, I knew I wanted to include this sticker from Documented Journey. This is created by Bree, who also creates the most gorgeous journal covers ever that you see me use in all of my other videos. And she also is an artist and creates beautiful stickers like this one of the girl looking out at the starry sky. And that image is what inspired me to bring in the silhouettes of trees as well. As I said at the beginning, this entry is going to be a place for me to write my 2023 goals. And I talked about in my more recent video on how to set intentions for the new year. And I created a very in-depth spread, which I plan on doing a similar version of that this year as well. But I talked about in that video how I want to narrow down my goals for this year and really focus on a top 3 in terms of my priorities. And so that is why I am just using this little tag as a place to capture what those 3 priorities are going to be for this year. And because it is a starry theme, I did have to include the quote, "Shoot for the moon, even if you miss, you'll land among the stars." While I don't necessarily love the idea of setting goals that you don't think you can achieve, which you could interpret that quote as meaning, I do think there is something to be said about progress being progress. And even if you don't reach the absolute utmost goal that you have set, you will have made progress towards it and you will have landed among the stars, and let that be enough. Let it be enough that you are simply growing, as I've tried to capture here on this entry. The final step for this entry was to give it a title of 2023 goals using my stencil and a little bit of hand lettering. I also added a few more stars, and that completed the entry. You will have noticed I did not film writing down what my goals are for this year, but here you can see I decided to focus on mind, body, and soul by working on my writing, exercising because we are training to climb a very exciting mountain in August, and finally, with my soul, really spending time in the Word and spending time specifically in the Psalms. So that is my final spread for my goals. That is how I interpreted the prompt of Starry as part of Junk Journal January. I would love to see how you interpret this prompt. So please do use the hashtag JunkJournalJanuary as well as the hashtag MyAbidingJournal and tag me so I can see what you are creating in your own journals. I really hope that this inspires you and gives you some encouragement to start journaling this year. If you want more inspiration, definitely check out all of the other creators and what they will be creating for their prompts for Junk Journal January. There is a playlist that I will have linked at the end of this video, so you can go to that and watch all of the other videos. Thank you so much to Meg for including me in Junk Journal January. I am so honored to have been able to share my journaling with you all today. If you are here because of Junk Journal January, I would love for you to join the Abiding fam by hitting that subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching, and I will look forward to seeing you all in the next one. Until then, keep exploring your abiding creativity and document a life abiding in faith, hope, and love.